still representing Hibernians in the white and black.
It is important to note as well, as you correctly said, since Hamroon have gotten 4 out of 6 points, if Hibernians and Dunstan can win both matches and get 6 points, he'll diminish the gap between him and Hamroon. So that could be maybe Hibernians making a chase for second place, which is quite also another fact, motivating fact for Hibernians.
You saw Isaac Albino starting out quite strongly here at the final third. Great moves there. It was just a great defending from Hibernians. But still Isaac trying to show, look, I'm going to be the one that dominates this match.
Hibernians seeming content to just keep the ball, as a good attempt there for a pass in the most advanced sections of the pitch, but good cut-off from Isaac Algrima, as Mbappe now running with the ball on the wing. He'll be trying to set something up on the attack.
Yeah, Isaac Algrima does seem to be more patient here with the ball. He is rotating the ball, not hesitating to pass it backwards as well if he's not seeing an opening. He just wants to make sure that he makes every attempt count. And in fact, that is what he's doing. He's working his way towards the box as well, and trying to open up the defense of Hips, even though we're seeing Hibernians quite tight there at the back.
Isaac Algrima trying to wriggle out his way, and good shot from Ronaldo. What a move from Isaac Algrima, pinging 3 straight passes into R9, and what a finish with his 5-star weak foot. And 1-0 Balzan.
Yeah, and once again it's R9, of course, that finds the net. It's incredible that Isaac Algrima is showing us what a great player he actually is now. Maybe he was one of those, like Senglia, who started, maybe, you know, you're not expecting too much of him because you don't really know the player. But now you're seeing that, look, he's actually a contender, placing so high and even beating the top players in this league. Meanwhile, it is half-time between Gżira and Senglia. It's still 0-0, so goalless affair until now. In the meantime, as we approach half-time, 44th minute between Santa Lucia and Sliema Wanderers, Santa Lucia have extended the lead 2-0 for Christian Spiteri. And what a time to score, 44th minute, I mean, closing half-time, and 2-0 up.
It's also noteworthy that we are this time using the esports edition of FIFA 20 with, as you can see over the scoreboard, the Malta BOVE Premier League. It's such an honor to be featured so prominently from EA and FIFA, so it's quite an amazing feat for us to be shown so.
And as we mentioned, the Malta BOV Premier League, we must give big shout-outs to the MFA, of course, BOV, and of course GMR Entertainment, without whom we couldn't have this league, this tournament. It's incredible atmosphere here. So it is half-time between Santa Lucia and Sliema. It is 2-0 there. However, Gżira and Senglia, 52nd minute, Gżira have opened the scoreboard, so it is 1-0 for Gżira, for Brandon. So it's Brancha's brother there who's representing Gżira, and winning against Senglia. And we know how strong Senglia is. Last time he beat Turbulence, right? It's incredible. So Brandon also showing us his quality as a FIFA player.
The pace in this game has a little bit stalled. Both players are trying to make offensive maneuvers, but they are falling short just in the last steps of the attack, as a good through ball for Eusebio, making his run on the right. Maybe trying to go for a cross, but good block from Robertson. And once again, Isaac Algrima gets possession of the ball.
It doesn't seem that Dunstan was allowed to do much. Already 35th minute here, so we haven't really seen much from either side, I guess, but Isaac Kyle does seem more confident here in his attacks. Wow, he actually tries there the trick, but not enough to beat the defender. But
Beautiful
still,
roulette there.
yeah, but still it does. Look at this first touch also succeeding here. And Isaac getting close, perhaps trying to find the second goal for him. Dunstan needs to sort of up his game, especially in the final third.
Balzan are making their attacks more dangerous, but still Isaac Kyle Grima is not managing to get his shot away. As for Hibernians, he is barely managing to get over the halfway line, so
Yes.
he really needs to make an adjustment at halftime, which is just 5 minutes away. It's a good run from Ronaldo into the box, passing the ball into the middle. What a save from Alisson, but penalty.
It is a penalty. Oh, wow. And look at the time, 41st minute, could be a 2-0 lead here for Balzan FC. Will our nice goal. What a bad penalty that was. Just central towards the keeper. What a missed opportunity to extend the lead for Balzan.
And immediately giving possession away from the corner. Could this be a counter-attack for Dunstan now that maybe he has that little bit of momentum? Mane trying to turn the defender, but ends up just offside.
If Isaac Kyle loses this match, though, it will hurt a lot. He had a penalty there. You can't get better chances than a penalty, of course, to score. Oh no, he tried to play around with the ball a bit there with the roulettes, but this could have been the last attack of the first half. Let's wait and see how much additional time we're about to get for the first half, just 2 minutes. This could be the final action of the first half. Here, just 1 more minute of additional time left. Isaac Kyle Grima has to try to find the
Beautiful
space.
jackback from Mbappe, Cruyff with the fake shot. What a shot with the left. Alisson replies very well, but a corner once again as the clock will tick half time just now. Ball with Virgil van Dijk. He won't go for a shot with Virgil van Dijk, and just like that, it's half time. Unfortunate for Isaac Kyle Grima, who didn't get a better player to try maybe try to go for a shot there, but. Good. He ended the half on a high, and
he
the lead.
He did. However, the penalty, I hope it doesn't affect him negatively, because sometimes when you miss a penalty, it will hurt you and hit your morale quite a bit. You might actually end up being more reckless to try to make up for that lost opportunity. Speaking of penalties, however, Santa Lucia, the 50th minute, scored their third goal via a penalty. So it is 3-0 there. 8 minutes later, they scored again. So Santa Lucia is actually 4-0 up against Slema Wanderers now. And as we say that, 77th goal comes from Brandon Galia on Gzira, 2-0 against Senglia. So interesting matches we're having off stream as well.
So Chris Twitter immediately coming back to the league with a bang, showing that he's still here and he's still very much the man to beat. As a good ball roll from R9, but he is stopped just before taking the shot. Maybe Dunstan can try to figure something out on the attack.
Of course, time is constantly ticking down, and then we still have yet to see Dunstan. Oh, it is a foul, yes. It was a bit too dangerous. Could be, is it a yellow card? No, it's not.
We're not seeing very much action on the wings in this match compared to the previous one, where we've seen Haller going on the wings, and most prominently Rudy with those very dangerous crosses from the flanks. We're seeing very, very middle-oriented gameplay from both Isaac Kyle Grima and Dunstan. They're trying to break their way through the middle and maybe get an easier shot on target. But to break through the middle is much more difficult than to go on the flank and cross.
It is strange because we're seeing the tight defense that they have, both sides. Of course, you'd expect Isaac Kyle to try this. Look at this once again. Oh, he goes for working his way into the box there and actually gets a shot on target. Not enough to beat Alisson. Interesting. But as you see, I mean, Isaac Kyle Grima did score in a similar fashion. So of course it does make sense for him to try this. Dunstan, though, I would change the tactic. I would try to go for the flanks because it's not working at all for him, this middle, finding the ball through the middle point. So, look, now he is finding the flanks. Fania from R9, you usually find him in the center.
Unfortunately, miscontrolled from Carlos Alberto, gifting position once again to Isaac Kyle Grima. CR7 trying to work out some space on the flank.
Very likely, sorry to cut off, but very likely to see Gzira winning against Segla because it's 3-0 now. Gzira, Brandon is really playing well today.
Full trickery from Johan Cruyff, 96 moments, card, but good defense once again from Dunstan. And we're still at 1-0 as we are approaching the 62nd minute. Match number 1 from 2. This match number 2 of match day number 5.
Of course, always keep in mind Balzan did have a penalty missed from R9. The one that actually scored for the team. Now, what will Dunstan do here? Has the ball, trying to find space in the middle, goes for quick passing. Still somehow manages to hold on the ball. Lionel Messi there, but again, not enough.
CR7 dropping so deep to defend,
Yeah.
and a good chance for a counter attack.
Ooh,
Cruyff
yes!
manages to poke the ball to CR7. CR7 on the wing could square it off to
Oh,
R9.
the lift! Incredible that he just stuck out his foot there. That would have been a clear goal, of course, from Balzan, but what defending there at the end.
In the meantime, we're already on the other side. Ball with Mbappe, but Hullet stops the pass. What crucial interventions we're seeing from both players. It seems though that both players are managing to make that breakthrough through the middle, but just the final moment, and just like that, what a save from Alisson on Messi's shot with the left.
It's just in the final minutes we're seeing they just wanted to give us some entertainment. Both sides are trying to find the net, they're shooting, they're not afraid of creating opening spaces and creating chances. And speaking of chances here, of course, now it is a good chance for Gzira to climb up the ladder because they did win 3-1 against Senglia. So great job for Branton. And Santa Lucia extending the lead over Brancha in the standings by winning 5-0 against Slema Wanderers. So we always say this, Christian just loves to score. When he starts scoring, he keeps on scoring. And we're seeing it here, 5-0 already. So I'm actually curious to see what he's about to offer us against Florian FC later on today.
Don't really wait for that match, can we?
Nope, but we have to be patient, right? Patience is a to do so.
Another corner for Hibernians, trying to work out with the passes. Hullet with the ball, trying to defend from Conte's attacks. Has to recycle all the way backwards. Ball now on this right flank, but Carlos Alberto once again with that unfortunate control and gives away possession just like that, but still manages to regain it. Ball with Messi now on the edge of the box, ball on his left foot, but Virgil van Dijk holds him. And now, just like that, the Brazilians connection of R9 and Pele. Now with Messi, it's a South American connection, it seems. Trying to maybe set up that second goal for Isaac Grima to get some daylight between him and his opponent.
You can see Isaac, though, he's very patient. He doesn't want to rush it. He knows he has the time on his side. Of course, he is winning as well. And sort of, if I want to pass back, I will. I'm not trying to always find the player in front. But look at this, he did find some space. And R9, he just actually goes for the shot there.
Nice knockback from R9, what a finish! With the left foot.
He does somehow turn. He keep on the ball. Great drag back and great score. Great goal. 81st minute. It is 2-0 now for Balzan. This is exactly what Isaac Kai wanted. And his patience did play off.
It's such a beautiful play style. He plays slow, but just as he approaches that box, he makes 3, 4, 5 fast passes. He catches the opponent unaware, and just like that brilliant finish with R9, and honestly with just a little bit of luck to retain possession after the Virgil van Dijk challenge. But honestly, luck is deserved because he's played so well. He's played a phenomenal match against arguably top of the line opposition in Dunstan, and he's 2-0 in front. Can he hold on to the lead though? Can Hibernians maybe have a surprise, an ace up their sleeve?
Yeah, 6 minutes to go here, so not much time left on the clock. However, we did see a better Dunstan, I feel, second half. He did create few more chances for himself, and not afraid to test the defense. Oh, this would be unfair.
Oh, naughty, Dilik, naughty, but smart from Dunstan, stopping the counter-attack, even though a quick free kick taken right now by Messi. Ball with Pele, 99 rated moment taken, but slams onto Robertson and unfortunately loses possession and the chance for a third there for Ezekiel Grima.
Still, though, the pressure is on Dunstan now. He's trying to rush, in fact, trying to get the ball forward. It is 2 goals. He is behind. Will he find the first goal here? Oh my God, he goes for a shot from that angle with CR7. I thought maybe the guy in the middle would try to score there, but no.
So unfortunate. Messi just too short to be able to get a touch on the ball.
Yeah.
And just like that, all the good action that he has built goes wasted. As a good offside trap from Dunstan, he has now very few seconds to make do with the gameplay that he has left.
Yeah, very difficult for Dunstan to even find one goal now. Look at the defense of Balzan FC as well, very, very tight. Mbappe managing to find some space. Oh wow, he actually does score, but a bit too little, too late here from Rudkhulit. It is 2-1. Somehow he does manage to beat all the defenders there. Quite unexpected seeing Balzan's defense up until now, but I think it came a bit too late, this goal, so...
We just have one last in-game minute. Isaac Algrim will obviously play it as safe as possible. It would be honestly stupid of him to give away this lead, and he doesn't, and he still keeps that 2-1 scoreline, and he beats Dunstan. What a showing from Balzan.
Incredible, incredible from Isaac Kyle. We mentioned before how strong he is, this guy constantly climbing up the ladder, but against Dunstan, who is at the 3rd spot, but now the points are changing. Of course, Brancho will not see anything wrong in this. Actually, he'd love it because now it's more points to them. But and also Mizu, right? Mizu, since he got 4 points out of 6, we say, now I can even get even closer, and even beat Dunstan, 3rd place.
Exactly. Dunstan, I believe, is alone now in 3rd place, as Floriana has just got 1 point.
Floriana.
No, Floriana are now in 3rd place. I'm sorry, I misread the scores. Floriana are just 1 point, above Hibernians, but Hibernians have lost that match. So there's only a victory in Dunstan's eyes. I mean, if he wants to overtake Floriana once again.
Yeah, you can see the scores there. One-sided affair from Santa Lucia, of course. And also quite a few. Look at those. 5-0, 5-1, 4-1. Quite a lot of goals there. Going goal to one side. We haven't yet seen like a 4-3 battle. We saw it once, right? Or a 3-2 battle. But, I mean, and already Santa Lucia and their 2nd game against Slema are up 1-0. Christian scored 6 goals already without even conceding 1. This is incredible stuff from Christian Spiteri.
Is there anyone who may stop Christian Spiteri? I mean, maybe unfortunately we did see Tarshin already playing him, because if they could have their match next week, I believe Klauka could maybe do more than he did last time out, as I believe that Klauka did give Christian Spiteri a hard time, a very hard time in their first match. Unfortunately, the second ended in a total goal fest for Christian Spiteri, but the first match, as you may remember, it ended 3-2 for Christian Spiteri with a 2-goal comeback made from Klauka. So he really already began showing that potential from that match day. And just like that, he's grown ever more, so it's a beautiful story, that of Klauka. I mean, I'm really excited to see how this young Maltese, you could call it almost prodigy, can go in competitive FIFA even.
Agreed 100%. And we also saw Senglia 2 weeks ago, where they we came very, very close, 3-2 against Santa Lucia. So even here, you see.
The meantime, chance for Mane. Dunstan immediately, 6 minutes, and he's already opening the scores. He's here to make a statement. He said, like, I want to get that victory back.
Yeah, I mean, Dunstan, of course, lost the previous match, but he might have heard or seen the fixtures and he said, or standings, and he said, look, no, I want to get my points back. And what a way to start. 6-minute goal here with Mane.
Immediately on the scoreboard. And Mane, I believe, a player which we didn't see in the last match, or if Dunstan did play him, he wasn't really featured a lot. Yeah. So maybe he's managed to find that way to bring him more into the game, and immediately with good effect. 1-0 for Hibernians.
Half-time already between Gżira and Sengla. This time it is 0-0 at half-time between those two. So, of course, Gżira won the previous match 3-1 against Sengla. So, Ryan has to do something to perhaps get back to the momentum he had lost initially.
Exactly. Brendan managed to stop the momentum from Sengla, so that's unfortunate to see from Sengla's part, but he may be able to get a victory on this second round, which will be starting soon.
I will be so curious to see the standings, though, as how they are now, the players, because we're seeing draws and wins from underdogs and other sides. So, I mean, points are constantly changing now, and I'm really, really curious to see the middle of the table, especially how it's shaping up to.
That's probably the most interesting battle we're about to see in the late stages of the league, as we're seeing Christos Spiteri just dominating against everyone.
Yes, incredible. And then it's interesting how Turbulence was the one that managed to stop him, because first match we had actually of this E-Premier League, it was Turbulence against Chris Meister, and it was both draws. I mean, the only points he dropped, right?
Exactly. So, only that 4 points that he didn't manage to win, because he's beating everyone here.
Exactly. Meanwhile, speaking of Christian Spiteri, it is half-time in his match against Slima Wanderers, so unless you're representing Slima, it is 1-0 for Chris Meister there at half-time.
The closest that we have seen Christian Spiteri to dropping points was last week, 2 weeks ago, last match day against Laufu, with that open goal miss from Laufu, which gave way to the dramatics which we've seen in the recap video, which you can see as many times as you want, as I have seen on Facebook. I'm sorry, Ryan, but that is way too funny to not see again and again.
That was the highlight of the highlight video. It was incredible to watch, and you keep on watching it. I mean, it's like,
oh, what a shot from Cruyff! A good move of stringing some passes together from Isaac Kyle Grima, and in this corner maybe he can try to get the draw. Good drag back from Mbappe, goes for a fake shot, but Kante stops the Frenchman. But just like that, Isaac Kyle Grima plays a slow tempo and then bursts off with these moves, and he may leave the opponent unaware. And that is the strongest part, I believe. His attack is arguably stronger than his defense in these later game match days.
And he needs to keep on doing that, even though he's 1-0 behind. Keep on playing like that, and you'll eventually find the goal. I mean, it's still the 29th minute, so a lot to play for. There's another half as well to come, and everything might change. But if you keep on sticking to this effective maneuver, effective tactic, it will work out for him.
Exactly. Good block from Khalid there to Kante's shot. We very rarely see shots taken from N'Golo Kante, so quite ballsy here, shall we say, from Dunstan.
Incidentally, we do have another update for you guys. It is Gżira United 1, Sengla 0. So Brandon actually winning even in the second round against Sengla. Brandon's so on point today. Playing so well.
As is Isaac Kyle Green, he's so patient on the ball. He's not forcing anything. You see him recycle the ball just as he's doing right now, switching sides from left to right, maybe trying to find that free man to get that little bit of space to go for the attack, but a lazy pass there, giving away possession, and you can bet that Dunstan will not give away possession at least until half-time here.
I mean, Dunstan now is in the lead. First time we see it between these two. And the question is how good he is at keeping the lead. We saw how effective Isaac Kagrima is in his attacks. And there's still a lot of time left. So he has to be careful. 1-0, we saw it. It's not enough. You can
Most
easily
definitely.
lose. I mean, it was Haller's match, right? 2-1. He was 1-0 up until the 83rd minute. And just like that, he lost.
Minutes on the board. Isaac Kagrima maybe trying to string off a couple more passes before launching on the attack. Bullet and Cruyff. Good passes between the two legendary Dutchmen. Nice ball to R9 in the box with the left foot!
Oh!
Ball with Mbappe, but I believe it's offside. It's offside.
Yes, it is offside.
And Dunstan laughs it off.
I mean, you see Mbappe holding his hand. I mean, come on, it was offside, man. But how close he got here, Isaac Kagrima, towards finding the net just instances, moments before the halftime whistle. And as we were saying, his attacks are so effective. And he almost found it. Yeah, found the goal.
It was really unfortunate that Mbappe was in the way because he could have gotten a corner there. And we've seen already goals from corners today and in the previous match days. And maybe with this recent days patch, which has arguably modified the effectiveness of overload ball side and constant pressure, maybe headers were tweaked as well because we have seen 2 goals already from headers today.
Yes,
so
yes.
maybe Isaac Kagrima could have another arsenal,
Yeah.
could have another attack up his arsenal.
I believe Dunstan is bringing in Mbappe for Eusebio, so Eusebio will be going out, to have him replaced by Mbappe at the flank there. So maybe he is trying to find a different style, different attack there from the flanks. We saw him trying to pressure the middle. Well, what will Isaac do here, though? He has the ball. It's very dangerous, as we said.
The drag back from Hullet makes his way into the box, but nice challenge from Carlos Alberto, taking possession for Dunstan once again. Bringing on Mbappe, as you were saying, could be that Dunstan is now focusing on counter-attack. 99 pace Mbappe, you can't really outpace the guy.
Look at
So
that,
fast.
he's making use of the flank as well. And Mbappe's first touch led to a goal. There it is, great ball in, and Messi finds the net with his left foot. What a goal. This is exactly what Dunstan wanted. That's why he brought Mbappe. His pace, his speed was perfect for this time. And a goal. So it was his second touch in the game, Mbappe, and an assist to start.
What a missile of a shot from Lionel Messi, but talk about that assist. Brilliant run from Mbappe on the right. Where's it off to Lionel Messi, who really had everything to do there because the post was filled. Alisson was in it, but brilliant finish from Dunstan, and 2-0 for Hibernians, and it's a little bit of an uphill battle now for Isaac Kagrima. He's shown that he can score goals, but we haven't seen him 2 goals behind and managing to make a comeback. So it's the onus is on him now. Although a lazy pass from Dunstan, giving position to Isaac Kagrima in a dangerous position. Balzan now maybe trying to get a goal back very quickly, trying to restore the balance of just 1 goal in behind.
Now you have to see what Isaac Kagrima does. Of course, the pressure is on him. He'll feel more rushed now to try to find the goal. Clock is ticking, even though it's still more than 30 minutes left. However, he's 2-0 behind now. He hasn't experienced this before against Dunstan. So what will he do? He does feel that Dunstan, I'm sure, changed tactic. I mean, it really is working. And now with Mbappe on that right flank, much more dangerous. I mean, Isaac Kyle needs to do something. If he finds the goal here, that would be a brilliant start. That passing though, he couldn't really find his red shirts. Incidentally, it is 2-0 for Santa Lucia against Slima Wonder. So this is really good stuff from Christian Spiteri there. It's 7 goals without conceding 1.
What a through ball from Johan Cruyff, trying to get rid of the lift. Unfortunately, Mbappe was in an offside position, so couldn't really serve him, but he gets the ball now. Mbappe running on the wing, maybe going for a cross here. Passing the ball to the Liverpool left back, Robertson. He moved the right in, ball with R9. Hold it once again. What a defending maneuver from Dunstan here.
So we have a full-time result. It is, oh wow, as well, it is full-time for Gżira and Senglia. It is 1-0 for Gżira, so Brendan won both games. They're both rounds. And full-time for Santa Lucia Sliema, 3-0 for Santa Lucia. So 8 goals he scored in that fixture.
Without conceding one.
Without conceding.
Christian Spiteri could really stop scoring as many goals as he's doing it. His goal difference is probably like 30 goals above the second best team.
Yeah, he got how many? I mean, after 4 match days, it was more than 50 goals scored. I mean, it's incredible. Goal bonanza almost in every game.
The guy's a machine.
Yeah, I mean, he loves to score goals as well, and I mean, why not? He is very good at FIFA. So yeah, if you can score, go ahead.
He does have in Redemption Esports, his team. He does have Mr. Dunn, who is an amazing player himself.
Great
so
player.
Training against him will definitely be able to improve both you and your teammates. So I mean, it's quite an amazing setting for Chris Meister to improve his game, to improve his FIFA, and maybe make a name for the whole nation in overseas tournaments.
That's why I'm interested in seeing the match that is up later. It is Floriana and Santa Lucia, because Mizu also plays for a foreign team, and he does also get opportunities to play great players, I mean foreigners as well, including his teammates. So I mean, this we'll see how effective their training is actually when they come up against each other.
Can't wait to cast, that's for sure. Again, Isaac Grima. Nice attempt for a ball over the top, but Allison gets out of the penalty area and clears it into a throw-in. Unfortunately, they're giving position away with the throw-in, but Mane regains it. And just like that, he loses it once again. Maybe Isaac Grima feeling a little bit the pressure as a nice through ball here. Mbappe, nice cross for Mane, but sends it wide. Very unfortunate here for the Hibernians, man. Could have really sealed the match there.
Yeah, you could see what Dunstan tried there with Mbappe. Good ball in. Almost found Mane. Unfortunately, the keeper there, the sweeper keeper, you could say, did enough to stop Mane from getting the best position for him to score.
From Mane, Robertson now ready to cross the ball and ball to CR7. Good block from Virgil van Dijk, and Allison makes the loose ball his, trying to maybe start something from the back.
Just 10 minutes now, including additional time as well, for Balzan FC to do something to at least get 1 point from this match, even though it is very difficult. Dunstan has been the better player in the second round. He's created more chances, more opportunities, and Balzan being patient on the ball, of course, trying to find the space, did not really work out for him this time.
It's impressive to see Balzan going with the same maneuver that he does since the start of the match, even though arguably he's a little bit less deadly with it, shall we say. He's less effective, that's the correct word. Because he's not being able to make that sudden acceleration with passing that maybe can catch Dunstan off guard. In the meantime, Kante running in the box. Could he score the first goal with Kante in this league? Unfortunately, not to be.
You could see interesting though ball control from Dunstan's side from Hibernians. It was really incredible to try to find some space. Good couple of drag backs as well.
Shall we see a red card here?
Oh, could be. It is.
Carlos Alberto sent off here.
It's for Dunstan, but even in this occasion, it came a little too late, I guess. Not much time left for Balzan to do anything with this man up.
I believe we're going to see the first Maltese player
Really?
to feature in this BOVE
Is it
Premier League.
Gambin?
We're seeing Luke Gambin being brought
Yes.
on here. Can we see a goal with him?
Oh, wow, okay, no. Well, who knows? And if we see a goal, maybe we'll find we'll see him being.
And there he is, Gambin in possession. Oh, that's a lazy pass. And Pele intercepts ball with Hullet, but the other Hullet gets possession now. Mbappe, loose pass once again. Plays it to an opposition player. Mane and Hullet on the flank. Hullet now into the box, maybe trying to square it off and get one goal back. It won't be enough for Isaac Kyle Grima. Frankie de Jong in possession of the ball. Referee stops it here. 2-0 for Hibernians. What an impressive comeback from Dunstan after